what it is. Welcome down to Wayvy Grayvy. You are on the main show with your boy Daryl Emmon Oathbreaker Co. with my childhood friend Don Aaron.
What's up?
What's up, bro? What it is? It's been so many fucking years. You know, the best part, we met at church and look what happened to us right now. It is what religion does to you. Maybe you should find religion.
Yeah.
You know.
Actually, I must actually tell the viewers at home a story about this guy.
Yeah. Okay, let's do this.
Yeah, because back in those days when we used to be in church, right? We attended this church camp. I don't know if you remember this church camp.
It's the Antioch one, is it?
Yes, that was the one. So we were staying over at someone's house.
Okay, I remember that one.
Yeah, we were staying over at someone's house. And we were all like sleeping on the floor, literally sleeping on the floor, like next to each other kind of thing, right? And then like in the middle of the night, one of our friends decides to whip out like a bit of toothpaste. And then, you wake up all of a sudden and you see this guy with this bit of toothpaste and he wants to put it on somebody's face. And you were like, Chibai, toothpaste!
I fucking don't remember that.
And that was how he became a fighter.
Hey, dude, I don't remember that shit, dude. Really? Who was the one that took out the toothpaste?
I can't remember now, but I do remember you clocked in. you clocked the motherfucker.
I think maybe fucking or sleep fighting or whatever, man. Shit.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay.
Those are the roots of your host right here.
Fuck, maybe that's how I started fighting. Fuck. I went into fighting, and so when we were in church, there was this group called the music ministry, right?
Yes.
So when I joined, he was already in that group. So whenever we do like all the worshipping songs and what have you, then they be in the background with the guitars and shit. So when I first got to the meeting, they were like playing all the oh Lord Jesus, I love you. And then after that on the side, right, you get Guns N' Roses, Jimi Hendrix at the side, like Jang Purple Haze in my mind, like okay, I want to hang out with these guys. And then you look now, my man over here just dropped his new album, 11th June 2021, and I love the title, Freedom. Tell us about Freedom, my man.
Okay, Freedom. Wow. Okay, so the thing about the album title, in fact, it's Freedom with a question mark. See, so it's a bit of a long story. If you don't mind me going on a bit of a tangent here.
The longer the better. There's a joke somewhere there. But
okay, here we go. Okay. Anyways, right. So the inspiration for the album actually came to me, like of course, in recent times. At the moment, the world's been going through a really strange phase. And I wanted to kind of like combine the idea of what's happening today in the world and also thinking about to when I was a child. I will not say a child, but more like when I was a teenager. When I was in my teens, about 17 or 18, I was going through a bit of a rough patch at home. I wasn't doing too well at school. In fact, I had to go back and do my O-levels again.
Both of us.
Yeah. So I mean, it was a very, very rough period, And there's this one event that I recall from back in those days when I was when I was around that age. You remember IRC?
Somewhat. It rings a bell. I can't say I remember.
IRC was the kind of the precursor.
Oh, IRC, the chat, the MRC, right? Yeah, you used to like fucking try and chat with girls, but actually not girls.
Girls disguised as, Anyway, so IRC, there used to be this channel called Slackers, right? And me and a few friends, we were the Qs of the group. And this group actually belonged to our secondary school. I was from Gunning Sing Secondary School. So Slackers was kind of like one of the many different Gunning Sing channels. So we decided to organize this kind of a barbecue sort of thing. You see? And what was cool about it was that we got literally everyone who was on the channel. There was must have been like 70 or 80 people. We got all of them to turn up at this thing, And for me, because you have to understand, when I was that age, 17, 18, I was the kind of kid, like I'll be out at a certain time and my dad would call and say, "Where are you? Come back now."
Hey,
And-
same bro.
and it's like,
Same kind of parents.
okay, time to go home. You know? It's like, I could be in the middle of doing something. I could be like talking to someone or just shooting pool, and it's like, time to go home. All right, that's it. I'm out of here. So, this event, this barbecue thing, was the first time I actually kind of like stayed the fuck out of my house overnight. You know, didn't go home until the next morning, kind of thing. You know, and it was such an incredible experience of kind of like just being out there with your friends. And plus, I mean, because you are like, 17 or 18, and you are not like, of course, you're not of legal age to drink or smoke, but, you sneak in a couple of sips here and, drag a cigarette
May
there.
or may not have happened.
Yep. Yeah.
Just putting it out there.
Yeah. So all of these things was kind of like my freedom back in those days. So from that point of my life, I was thinking to myself, if I could actually take those kind of feelings I felt that night and turn it into music, that would be something, So whatever you're hearing on this album actually is kind of like, musically how I felt and the kind of feelings I had at that point of time. But at the same time, because right now we are, of course, living in, 2021 and the world's gone fucking crazy. So I'm taking that, the paranoia and all that stuff of today, and I'm mixing it with that nostalgia of the past.
All right.
To create this album called Freedom.
So that's what gives you freedom. I mean, the album, but that will never give you freedom. I believe we are never free. But that's a topic for another day.
Okay.
Shit, man. Let's just cheers to your new album, man. Fuck, I'm happy for you, bro. Fuck.
Thank you.
Shit. And I said that when I met them in church, at the side, fucking Jimi Hendrix, fucking they were fucking doing, what's this, Guns N' Roses and shit. So, if you could go back to when you were that age, out music, would you have ever imagined yourself to be making music such as this? What was there? Would you?
Surprisingly, actually, you know what? Like even back then, I knew I was gonna be doing this kind of thing today. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, back then when I was already, in the music ministry in church and hanging out with you and all those other guys, I was already listening to things like Prince and a lot of 80s influence kind of music and a lot of funk and stuff like that. And that was the kind of thing I wanted to do back then. The only thing was I didn't know how, and I didn't have people around me who knew how to do that kind of thing.
That's true.
So along the way, of course, I had to do all kinds of different things. But as I was doing all those kind of different things, then eventually I managed to figure out, okay, like how do I record this sound? How do I get this kind of feel? This kind of and now I'm doing it lah.
So you had the idea already.
I already had the idea. It's just that I just didn't know how to do it back then.
All right. So I was gonna ask you that later on.
Yeah.
After I play a song, but since we're already on the topic, your genre is vaporwave.
That's right.
Honestly, I know what the fuck that is. Like, if I hear, like, oh, okay, I may have heard it before, but if you tell me by the name Vaporwave, I won't know. And I'm sure some motherfuckers out there would not know.
Yes.
And, since my man's album is out, enlighten us a little bit on what exactly is Vaporwave.
Okay, in a nutshell, Vaporwave is basically nostalgia for people who have never experienced it. So, how the whole thing started actually... okay, like, The Weeknd, right? The Weeknd. So, The Weeknd has a musical director. This guy, he produced his last album. His name is One No Tricks Point Never. Okay. So, many years ago, like back in 2009 or 2010, he went under a pseudonym called Chuck Persons. And he released this album called Chuck Persons Echo Jams Volume 1. So, that was kind of like the ground zero for Vaporwave. And what he did was basically he took all these old samples of music from the 80s and 90s, and he kind of like cut them up, chop them up, and make them into loops and things like that. And what was very common about the pieces he had in the album was that they all had this vibe where the song they took a particular part of the song and just kept repeating it, so it becomes really hypnotic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that.
It's kind of similar to, like, for example, if you've been listening to a song the whole day and then you walk away from somewhere and then it starts to develop into a earworm, right? And you do notice that when you have that earworm in the ear, it kind of, there's a part of the song that keeps repeating and repeating.
That's
and
just
repeating.
one particular part.
Yeah, so that's what the original style of Vaporwave tried to replicate.
Okay.
It's the kind of the trick that our mind plays on us repeating the same thing over and over again.
Sneaky little bastards.
Yeah. So that was how it started, and as the years have gone by, the genre has kind of progressed in the sense where it used to rely heavily on samples, you know. So mostly from a lot of the 80s R&B stuff, Bobby Brown, Sade, that kind of stuff. But today, there's a lot of artists, including myself, who are actually making music using original works and instrumentation and things like that. So it is, but still the whole thing is based in the whole nostalgia kind of thing in the 80s and 90s sort of sounds, but trying to kind of make them a bit more modern so that the kids of today can actually enjoy it.
Okay, all right. So that's Vaporwave, and that's the explanation over there. What I'm gonna do is for the first song, for today, I'm gonna play one of your songs. But before we get into that, for the people who have never listened to you, what I can tell you guys is when I heard your songs, I had the first thing that came to mind is the element of Prince, or the artist formerly known as Prince.
Okay,
that guy is a fucking genius. And what. Give them a little rundown, just a quick one, on what kind of artists inspire your music.
Okay.
So like what can they look forward to hear from your blend of music?
I see. I mean, there are of course elements of Prince. Definitely, heavily inspired by him. There's also a lot of elements of production of the kind of production you hear by this duo. They're called Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Okay.
These two producers were very popular in that era of music in the 80s and 90s as well. They produced for people like Janet Jackson, Boyz II Men. They even worked with let me see, who else did they work with? Basically, I can't remember on the top of my head right now, but they worked with all those kind of guys. And on top of that, they were, of course, they worked with Prince at first, but they got fired by him. And then they said, fuck you, Prince, we're going to do our own thing now. And then, they became bigger than Prince at one point.
He's Prince, he can do what the fuck he wants to do.
Yeah, exactly. So there's elements of their kind of production style as well. There's a big kind of influence also comes from Miles Davis. I like a lot of jazz music. And I like the way Miles Davis kind of thinks about stuff in the sense of how he kind of approaches music. In the sense of like he always wants to create something that is new. In the sense where he doesn't like to look back at things. No, of course, no doubt Vaporwave is about kind of looking back and borrowing ideas.
All right, fair enough. But I get what you're trying to say. You bring new elements to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that sort of thing. And of course, I'm quite influenced by other current Vaporwave artists. Guys like Donna Lenz, Discret Park, George Clanton.
These are new to me, but you check them out.
Those kind of guys. So, and there is actually a couple of songs where I kind of pay tribute to an old friend of mine. Actually, his name is O'Donnell Levy.
Okay.
He was a jazz guitarist that actually lived in Singapore back in the 2000s. So this guy, here's the thing. My sister used to work as a waitress at his bar. He had a bar in Singapore.
Oh, okay.
In Kallang, actually. He actually used to work a lot with...
Odie.
Ah,
what the fucking... Yeah, the whole stretch, you one bar, right? Odie's
Odie's backstage bar.
Ah, okay. Oh, that's your friend, okay.
Yeah.
I used to work there as a bartender, as a waiter.
Seriously?
Yeah, because it's part of the Michelangelo's group, so I was a waiter in Michelangelo, so sometimes they put this... It was the whole stretch 8 on the bay, and then you had Odie's. So it was my first bar experience.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Then there was this band Heritage or something used to play there, right? Okay. So yes. Sorry, I had to YouTube advertisement that shit in.
Yeah. So Odie, my sister was working as a waitress at his bar, and he used to work a lot with Jeremy Montero. And he even did what I found out was if you guys are old enough to remember, back in the 90s there used to be these jingles for 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven, it's a store and more.
Ding, ding.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, he recorded that.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
bro, that's earworm, bro.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck, man, that was so wow. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so Odie he did all that kind of stuff, and I met him one day. My sister asked me to go down to the bar and meet up with him, and it was such, just hanging out with him for that one day was such an eye opener kind of thing. I learned so much from him in terms of like guitar playing, in terms of like listening to music, and of course, I mean, one of the things he gave to me was a depreciation of like jazz music. He told me to go home and go to Napster. Remember that Napster?
Wow, fucking old school, bro.
Go to Napster and download Miles Davis and John Coltrane and all that kind of stuff. So that really was a big inspiration. So a couple of songs on the Freedom album are dedicated to him.
Okay, all right. So we'll jump into the first song.
Yeah.
And what better? Your album name is Freedom, and I got you the self-titled track.
That's right.
Freedom.
Mm-hmm.
So check this out, my man Don Aaron with Freedom from the album Freedom. Check it out.
I'm looking for freedom. I wanna be free. I'm looking for freedom, but I wanna free. I'm looking for freedom. I gotta be free. I'm looking for freedom. I wanna free. They're living in your home. They're living on your phone. They're living in your home. They're living in your home. They're living in your phone. I'm looking for freedom. I wanna be free. I'm looking for freedom. I wanna free. They're living in your home. They're living in your phone. They're living in your home, babe. They're living in your home. They're living in your phone, babe. Listen to me now. They're living in your home. They're living in your phone. They're living in your home. They're living in your home. They're living in your phone.
Boom, that was Freedom by this man over here. So leading up to it, we give you all the rundown of what Vaporwave is, all the artists that encompasses his style. I hope you managed to spot them there. And the title being Freedom.
Yeah.
If you had the freedom to collaborate with any artist or band, I'm sure you must, like every artist will have in mind, like, I want to work with this guy, I want to work with this band. Just who would it be?
Yeah, I'm thinking about two people actually.
Alright.
The first guy I'm thinking about is Bani Haykal.
All right, Bunny Heigl.
Bani Haykal was from the band B Quartet. He's a great, visionary, great artist, super creative, and he's kind of like one of the guys I definitely would want to work
Is it
with.
the same genre?
No. I don't think he's delved into much electronic music, but I would actually like to kind of see what we can come up with.
What does he do? Because I have no idea. I've never heard his music or B Quartet before. I've never heard. Like what
Okay.
is this? What's their genre like?
B Quartet in a way is kind of like like Radiohead in the sense, but a little bit more artistic.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So to give you an example, they had this album back in, I think it was 2010. I think it's called Conformity is the New Consciousness.
All right.
And what was cool, what I found out about the recording was that they limited themselves in terms of what they wanted to record. So, for example, the drummer in that recording, they decided, okay, we're not going to use any cymbals. So it's just going to be the regular kit, but no cymbals.
Okay, that's
So
interesting.
So how can we like make a song without the use of any kind of crashing or anything like that? You know,
Okay.
so they think of stuff like this. And in terms of like the chord progressions and all that, you listening and then you say, hey, whoa, that chord's not supposed to be there. You know,
Oh, I like that. I like that. They really
Yeah.
they try and push boundaries. They try and experiment.
definitely. You know,
Yeah, I can see why you want to work with him. Okay.
so that's in terms of the local sector. But if you're talking about in terms of the vaporwave scene, there's this guy I definitely want to work with. His name is Waterfront Dining.
Love the name.
Yeah, Waterfront Dining. His music is super sexy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the sense where he tends to take these like songs from the like late 80s 90s, like these R&B slow jams.
Fucking love slow jams.
Yeah, and he just takes the best parts of these slow jams and just repeats them and all that. I can kind of imagine me like singing over his songs, or even like contributing a guitar solo, or even like adding extra instrumentation and stuff like that. You know,
Okay.
so
Interested to hear, man.
yeah,
Waterfront Dining.
Waterfront Dining. And there's this one album I think everyone should go check out. But Waterfront Dining is called With Love. It's really, really epic. It's the kind of music you want to to make love to.
I
Yeah.
mean, with love, make love too. With love, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right. So that's good. That's good. And you
Yeah.
know, you talked about B Quartet.
Yes.
You know, and like roughly how long have they been in the local scene for? Like,
B Quartet has been around for a long, long time. They've been around probably since 2002, 3 or 4, I think.
it's been a while. And right. So what I'm getting to here, what I'm getting at here is,
Yeah.
ever since I started this show, I've got introduced to so many local talents
Mm-hmm.
that are so fucking good. But like, if I were not purposely researching and finding, I would never got to know these hidden gems. And which just makes me think, and I think a lot of people out there know, that the support for the local music scene is not there.
Mm-hmm.
But what I can foresee, I mean, what I can tell is, compared
Yeah.
to before, now with technology and shit, it is
Yes.
picking up, but still like really fucking slow.
Mm-hmm.
But given the next 10 years, like, where do you see the local scene at? Like, what's your view on this?
Okay, so in another 10 years' time, I would imagine that there would be a lot more, definitely. I mean, as it is already, there are so many, bands, and not just so many bands, but so many great bands that are coming out of Singapore right now. And I do foresee that in, 10 years' time, there's going to be a lot more, and they're going to be a lot better. Because when I think about when I started back in, like the early 2000s, the kind of standards of music back then as compared to the standards of now, it's like leaps and bounds. And it helps because a lot of these artists right now, they have access to more resources than there ever was back then.
A lot more, yes. Okay.
So they can learn how to mix, how to master, they can learn how to record, they can learn a lot of things which, not many people had access to back in those days. So I can imagine, in another 10 years' time, there's going to be a whole bunch of new information and kind of new ways for bands to market themselves, to get themselves to, out there and to a better place. And before you know it, I wouldn't be surprised if a Singapore band or a Singapore artist was to make some heavy impact somewhere else.
Hopefully, man. Hopefully. Yeah.
I mean, as it is, Jasmine Soko, if you know who she is.
Yeah, she's been making waves.
Jasmine Soko won an award, I believe last year or the year before last, for winning. She won this award at the EMAs, the MTV European Music Awards.
Yeah, she really went up all the way.
And it's like, if there is anyone who's going to be leading the charge in this country, I think it's going to be her.
Okay, I mean, like I mean, hopefully, she stays up there. She goes further, because I mean, that's all I want. She goes there, people start questioning Singapore. Let's find out more. So
Exactly.
it's I guess I'm happy for people like her.
Yeah.
They, like what I said, she leads the charge. She gives people she lets people know who Singapore is, and then people start to want to know more.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Definitely.
so yeah, but it's true what you said.
there's that avenue of things, and at the same time you have a lot of the even the underground bands, underground artists who are collaborating with artists outside of Singapore, or they even like doing festivals. I mean outside of Singapore, or concerts. Like great example is Wormrot.
Wow, fucking love those guys.
They did Glastonbury. I thought that's incredible.
Yeah, like I like those bands. And then you have A Silent, Fias, my first guest.
Yes.
Then you have those bands really putting it up. We the villains, So yeah, it's good that they're taking the initiative to put themselves out there. So I guess we could say bands like that, artists like that, who put themselves out, kind of lead the way for everyone else.
Yeah, definitely, and but what I would like to say at the same time though is that I think more than anything, yes, of course, these bands are kind of representing the country, Singapore, and this and that, but at the same time, I wouldn't want them to be just known as that band from Singapore, but that great band, period.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yes, that is true. You want to get to that, because then like there are a lot of other top artists, you don't know which fucking country they're from. You just know them for them.
Yes.
So okay,
exactly.
I understand where it is.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, so it's true what you said. 10 years down the road, there is a lot that can be done.
Definitely.
And I am definitely looking forward to that as well, man. Shit. All right, and talking about 10 years down the road.
Yes.
What's the end goal for Don Aaron? You started playing music as a kid, and now you got a new album out. It's the sky's the limit. Where do you have any end goal in mind? Like what is it?
I would like to be 65 years old and recording music by the mountains.
Shit.
Recording the waterfall, but I mean, in all honesty, I mean, I would want to do that, yeah. But same time though, I would like to be a mentor.
Okay.
To a lot of younger artists, because I think when you are starting out, when you're young, when you are fresh in the scene and all that, you are basically like a headless chicken. You're flying all over the place. You're trying out all kinds of things,
that's true.
And you don't know what you're doing, and you don't know where you're going, right? And so I think a lot of these bands, they need someone to kind of guide them. Say, hey, maybe you can do things this way. Maybe this may not be the right thing to do. Stuff like that. And I am in my day job, I'm kind of a mentor to because I'm a guitar teacher in the daytime, so I kind of mentor my students in that sense as well.
All right, just a quick one, because this question wasn't planned.
Yeah.
But you said that they're running around like headless chickens and all. Do you think that is a necessary phase?
Absolutely.
So they need to go through that first.
They need yeah.
And then comes in the mentorship, because like what I'm thinking is, if you get a band, you mentor them from the start, you groom them from the start up, they are going to miss out that phase where what's going on, I don't know, they're just fucking right with it. Do you think they need to go through that phase first?
Absolutely. I mean, it's I guess it's called paying your dues. You know.
Okay.
It is kind of paying your dues, and at the same time, if there is no better teacher in life, it's about failing.
Fuck, I would know a lot about that though. Yes, okay.
Yeah, because everyone's got to get slapped down once in a while before they can come back up again.
I mean, if you start from rock bottom, the only way is up. So you got to start from somewhere.
Yeah.
You can't start up there. So okay.
Yeah, exactly. Of course there'll be times when you're on the rise and then suddenly something happens and you go down a little bit. But then that kind of makes you want to go even harder, go even better.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. So fuck 65. I hope I even live to 65, man. Shit. But well, if Wayvy Grayvy goes on till then, fuck, I'm gonna have you on the show again. Even before that.
Yeah.
Probably next album out, just give you a heads up. Fuck, another session on the show.
Sounds good.
Fuck. And I'll move on to our next song with one of the few Canadian bands that I'm in touch with. And this is Strange Breed with a song entitled Tether. So you've heard me play songs from them, Witch Hunt, Closer. You already know these these awesome chaps. So Tether from Strange Breed. Check it out. That was Tether by Strange Breed. As I always say, hope you guys love that shit. Follow them on Instagram, Spotify, give them a follow. All these motherfuckers deserve all the love they can get.
Mm-hmm.
Solo artists.
Yes.
I mean, you were in a band before, but now you're solo.
Uh-huh.
And, as a solo artist, once borders open up, obviously,
Yes.
any plans to tour? And, when you go on tour, I mean, that's my question, if you want to tour.
Yes.
Any particular place in any place in particular that you would like to do your shows at?
Okay, good question. If there's one place I definitely want to go and tour at, it would be Australia.
Music scene that's fucking good, bro.
Yeah. Not only that, if Tyler from Sunset Grid, if you are watching this right now,
I'm gonna tag him as well.
yeah, Tyler from Sunset Grid, if you're watching this right now, we should get together and do something over in Australia.
Let's fucking do that.
So anyway, so Sunset Grid is this label that I work closely with, that are from Australia. They are a Vaporwave label.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I know about the founder of the label, his name is Tyler, and he goes by the artist name of Blue Screen.
Mm-hmm.
See, and I know that this guy for the longest time has been wanting to like perform and stuff like that, and I in my head I was just thinking, if I was to go there, maybe do a show with him and some of the other Australian artists, it might be fun.
All right.
So
I hope that works out though.
So there's that, and then another place, of course, would be Japan.
Oh, Japan? Okay.
Yeah,
Why?
I would definitely love to play. I just love Japan, and even I mean, if you think about Vaporwave as a genre, it's heavily influenced by Japanese music as well. It's influenced by so there's this subset of Japanese music called city pop.
Okay.
Yeah, that was from the 80s. So the early kind of Vaporwave, a lot of music in the early days was kind of using samples from city pop music. Yeah. And a lot of the aesthetic, I mean, like, if you were to see a lot of the albums in the early days of the genre of Vaporwave, they used a lot of, like, if you look at the song titles, some of them are in Japanese.
But that's why I've noticed some of your videos now, there's a lot of Japanese text.
Yes.
It's Japanese, right? Like, I just assume it's Japanese text.
It is Japanese text.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was they used a lot of the kind of like Japanese aesthetics and all that in the music as well as in the visuals.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is also one place I definitely like to go and perform at. On top of that, because I love Tokyo. I've been there twice.
How's the music scene in Tokyo? Like, I wouldn't know. Like, how is it? Is there like a really strong music scene there?
Well, there was I didn't really see a lot of bands there, but there was this one night I went to watch Test the Divide. Have you heard of them?
No, I have not.
Test the Divide, local band. They performed in Japan. It just so happens I was in Tokyo, they were there as well.
Oh, I will check them out now after this.
So Test the Divide, I went to see them in Tokyo, and then right after they played, there was all these other Japanese metal bands that played, and they were incredible.
Okay.
Fucking awesome.
All right. I hope that works out for you, man. Australia, Japan, shit. That's like, the sky's the limit for Don Aaron, man. I hope that works for you. And like I said early on, you were in the band, and now you're solo.
Yes.
And so you've had the best of both worlds. And if you could give the people down here, what are the differences you see as in writing solo and with a band, and which would you personally prefer?
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I mean, one of the things I enjoy about writing solo right now is the fact that I can get things done quicker than ever, because usually when you are working with, let's say 4 or 5 other people as a band, then of course when it comes to things like recording or writing, that it takes a longer time. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
It's just that they have different channels to go through as well. The individuals in the band, right?
Yeah, exactly. So on one hand, for myself, because like ideas just kind of flow through my head all the time, so I like to go and quickly get them down. But if I was in a kind of band context, some of these ideas would take a lot longer. You know, because then you have to kind of like book the time to get together with the guys and, you know, work things out and, you know, stuff like that.
And they would have to agree as well, you know, because it has to be a collective as a band.
Unless it was a dictatorship, you know, but that's an entire that's an entirely different thing, you know. So yeah, but here's the thing though. I mean, although I am a solo artist, I do have a band when I perform live.
Yeah, okay, that's for sure. All right.
You know, and these are great guys to work with, you know. And what's fun about that is whenever I perform the songs, I try to do them like differently from what it is in the studio version. You know, because it's just in the when you record something, especially when it comes to electronic music, there's the sky's the limit basically in terms of what you can put in the song and everything. But then when it comes to we want to take that and try to perform it live, you know, there are certain things that may not be able to replicate so well. So
Fair enough, understandable.
So you got to change the arrangement, and it becomes kind of a fun process doing that as well.
Yeah, I remember a quote from Jimi Hendrix, because most of the time people would listen to his live, and what is that? It was said that people copied me so well they even copy my mistakes.
Yeah, I heard that one. Yeah.
So like it makes me think that then when I listen to Voodoo Child, and then, you know, people when they try and follow his live sessions,
yes,
like I imagine how many mistakes he made, but I mean he's able to pull it off lah. But you know, so it just brought me to that quote and oh man, okay,
yeah,
wow, all right. So if you could choose, would you prefer to go to write solo?
I mean, honestly, I yeah, definitely in between, you know, playing in a band, you know, and going solo, I definitely like to go solo. Although yes, there are still merits of playing in a band, except that the process can be a bit longer, you know. But still, at the end of the day, it's two different dynamics. Because the thing about, okay, what I enjoy a lot about writing music is the idea of chance. Now, what do I mean by that is that when you are working by yourself, especially if you have a set idea of what you want to do, you know, the process, after a while, it kind of gets dry. You run out of ideas, you see. But when you are in a scenario where 4 or 5 people bring something different to the table, what your original idea was becomes something completely different, but it becomes something fresh. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you. Like same thing in my band. Like I have an idea for a song, and then guitarist comes down like, you know, let's do this, and we run it by the vocalist and the drummer. Then it suddenly becomes something. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say.
But at the same time, you got to be flexible enough to accept those changes, because there are some people who will be like, no, it's got to be this way. Then it's not gonna work.
Yes, I totally understand that.
Yeah.
All right. So, you know, writing solo is good. And, you know, writing solo, Chords of Hell, you know, they are somewhat close to writing solo. I mean, it's a 2-man band.
Right.
You know, I've played 2 of the tracks, three of the tracks already. And, you know, yeah, so Xander does, I think, majority, almost everything, all the, as in the mixing and all. So, and when it comes to working out, it's just him and vocalist. So, Zen. And yeah, man, the next song up is Chords of Hell's latest track, Meng Po. And you know, if you guys haven't already checked out Chords of Hell, check out these guys. These are my current favorite folk black metal band.
Folk black metal.
Yeah, it's folk black metal. They literally talk about the Chords of Hell, and you know, so it's very, very interesting.
Right.
So, you know, guys, check this one out, Meng Po by Chords of Hell.
All right.
Peace. Gods of Hell, Meng Po. I hope I got the pronunciation right. You know, don't blame me lah. I'm Indian. You know, talking about Indian, there's a lot of shit coming out about Indians in Singapore.
What the fuck is going on?
What? Like Singapore, what the fuck is going on, man? You know, the first one is, you know, that video going out. I'll play the video as well. You know, about the guy that was praying. And then the fucking chibai lady go and fucking bang that gong in the background. Like, what the fuck, bro? You know, like my like, okay, I'm Indian, but technically I'm Burmese in my IC.
Right.
But okay, I'm Catholic by religion, but my neighbor is Hindu. And you know, they do that ringing, that bell thing. It's part of their praise. They do it every day, but like, fuck you lah. The fact that you wanna come out and go and bang that gong. You know, I know there is the thing where, you know, what's her side of the story, but no matter what, you don't go and fucking do shit like that lah. You know, you saw that video, right?
Yes, absolutely. I'm appalled, you know, at how this thing, you know, has kind of like happened. And I kind of blame, I mean, okay, I'm not going to blame anything here, but I would say this, that I would say people have gone more loco in the cabeza after, you know, this COVID thing started. And it's not so much to do with the virus itself, but it's to do with the way how, like, right now everyone is not allowed to do things they could do in the past. So, like, a lot of people's lives have been inconvenienced. You know, some people have lost their jobs. Some people have lost a big amount of their income. Some people can't eat at their favorite restaurants or drink until 3 a.m. at certain places.
So I fucked up, so I said drink at home, man.
You know? So you have all of these kind of variables. And then, especially, you know, and there are people out there right now who do not want to be at home with, you know, I mean, some people don't want to be at home with their husbands or their wives all the time.
Hey.
You know, or even their kids, for that matter. So
what are you gonna do?
they're gonna just, they'll go nuts eventually when you put all these things together. And this is what's happening. You know, you get all these crazy people, even the guy riding naked on the motorbike down the highway. I mean, he's yeah.
At least wear helmet and mask. At least.
Yeah, at least a helmet and a mask, But
But okay, but talking about that guy, I'll also play that video as well. A lot of videos. But whenever people do this, there was that video about, I think, that lady in Malaysia, that Chinese lady who was naked jumping on cars as well. I don't know if you saw that one.
I didn't see that one. No.
Yeah, I think it was Malaysia, but
Right.
what's that train of thought? What's going on? Like that? Do they suddenly wake up one day like, fuck, I'm gonna ride naked on my motorbike and like I always wonder, like, what made them want to do that and what was going through their mind. Like, I'm very curious to know, man.
It could be the heat too. I mean, it's been fucking hot the last
Fucking hot day.
couple of
lucky
weeks.
got aircon.
Yeah. No. So it's like I said, there's all kinds of things. We never know until we get the facts from the news or whatever.
And
right?
yeah, so it makes me think that now all these videos are surfacing, but I think that this kind of shit has been already happening a long time ago. But just
Oh yeah.
that's another thing that comes to mind.
Yes.
What is a Wayvy Grayvy session without my man Jeeves?
Mm-hmm.
It is not a Wayvy Grayvy session.
It's not.
Therefore, it's time for Ask Jeeves. We're gonna ask Jeeves what is on his mind right now.
Hello?
Yo, it's time for Ask Jeeves, baby.
Oh, snap. All right, man. How you been?
I've been good. We took a break. Our last before this was the session with Eris.
Yes, yeah.
and
it has been a hot minute, man.
Fuck, bro. So hit us up. I mean, Aaron here
Alright,
also
alright,
wants
alright.
to hear new shit from you, man.
What's up, man? What's up, Jeevan?
Okay, cool. Well, it's been a sup, Aaron. Hey, by the way, I heard you make a really good sambal belacan.
Oh yes, I have. Yes.
You gotta let Del translate on that. Anyways, it has been a hot minute. A lot of things have happened. Let's kick this off with a bang. COVID. No, we all know COVID, and now vaccine is out. So let's kick off some vaccine humor. Now, what do anti-vaxxers and unvaccinated children have in common?
Holy shit.
Here we go.
Let's kick this off with a bang, man.
Wow.
What do anti-vaxxers and unvaccinated kids have in common?
I think it's gonna be pretty dark, but you know anything, Aaron? You know that?
No, man.
Bro, let's go with this, bro. What is it, bro?
Oh shit, man, they never get old.
Oh no.
they stay in classic, bro. They stay in classic. The vintage.
Wow. Your jokes are as dark as you, bro.
Hey, man, as dark as it gets. All right. What does an unvaccinated 4-year-old? Why was the unvaccinated 4-year-old child crying?
Why was the unvaccinated 4-year-old child crying? I ask you a question first. You do want kids, right? Just putting out that Jeevan would want to have his own kids, right?
No, man. I just want dogs.
Dogs?
Can I just stick with dogs?
No wonder you all these jokes. All right, so
Oh, man.
why was he crying, bro?
Well, he's having a midlife crisis.
Oh, you
Oh,
fucking
man.
Jeevan.
Okay. You know what? Okay, let's stray from the.
I really hope this one gets approved, though. We'll see.
Let's see, man. Moderna or Pfizer? Hey, let's stay alive first, huh? Now, all right. Let's stray from the vaccine a bit. Let's go on a bit more touchy subject. Let's talk about racism.
We were just
NSS.
talking about it.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Right. Now, okay, let's try this. What do you call an Indian dating website or an Indian dating site?
An Indian dating site.
Only nuns. No, that would be a
That's
Catholic
good.
religious.
That would be a Catholic one, bro.
Yeah, man. What do you call a Indian dating site?
Go home, beat you up.
What?
Yeah, Indian, okay? I can make fun of my own race.
Oh shit.
Okay, bro.
Okay.
What is it?
Got it?
No, bro.
It's called Connect the Dots.
Oh, man.
Hey, but sadly no Chinese girls to pray on.
Hey, bro, shit. Connect the dots, you fucker, no.
Alright. Okay, you know what? Okay, maybe use not so much Indian humor. Let's try some Chinese humor. Okay.
All right,
Now-
let's go. Every race gets a
Right,
shot.
right.
Okay.
What do you think is the hardest job in the world?
Hardest job in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no way I can be serious with this. So, Aaron?
Hardest job in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure.
All right. Being a police sketch artist in China.
Okay, I have a feeling I'm knowing where this is gonna go, but why?
Yeah, why?
Shit, bro, dude. You don't look the same. Can you try imagining, like, trying to describe?
So when they draw the eye, just one line. Oh, you fucker, no, Jeevan.
See, like, made him.
Hey, what happened, Jeevan? Hello. Yeah,
Sorry?
I guess
make fun of the Chinese some more, lah. You see how the Chinese government is censoring you now.
Yeah, got cancelled, man.
Okay, like, I think he is breaking up. It won't be the first person to break up with me.
Well,
Hey, hello. Okay, I will call him back.
okay.
Motherfucker. Yes, I do not make fun of the Chinese.
Yo, my bad.
Hey, I think
We broke up, bro.
the Chinese government really watching you, bro. Do not make fun of them,
Dude,
bro.
they are watching us all. Right? I mean,
Yeah,
But
the
I
eye
mean,
in
their
the
eyes
sky.
need to open up a bit more.
I love the PAP. I'm a big supporter of the government.
Exactly.
Please to let them do know it. Okay, now, all right. You know what? Okay, before I get cancelled, before I get arrested, ISD, if you're hearing, please don't arrest me. Let's move to Pink Dot. You know, it is Pride Month, and let's do a couple of gay
You
jokes as well.
better tread carefully on this
Yes,
one, bro.
yes,
I
please.
want my
Yes.
show
Don't worry,
to
don't worry.
fucking
Yeah,
carry
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Okay. What's the difference between anal sex and a microwave?
Oh shit. Fuck. Like something
Anything?
just came to mind, but anal sex and a microwave.
Mm-hmm. What's the difference between anal sex and a microwave?
You know anything, Aaron?
Yeah, sex in the microwave, no.
No.
Let's go.
Okay. Well, at least a microwave doesn't brown your meat.
Dude. Fuck.
You know, gotta stay crispy, bro.
Is this what the second lockdown has done to you, Jeevan?
Oh man, dude, I've
Or
been
was
reaching to
this
the depths of my soul.
has this been Jeevan all the time?
My true form slowly emerging. Huh? Okay. You know what? The last one I think you might like it. Have you heard this one before? Do you think lesbians can cook?
No, because they munch. I don't know.
What?
No, man. Lesbians don't cook. They just eat out.
Okay, yeah, I heard that one. See, this
Alright.
one, sadly, ironically, this is the more friendly one.
Yes, actually, this is actually the more friendly one, bro.
You want to hit us with one more before we end this?
One more. Okay. All right. Since you brought Nun up earlier, I got a
Yeah.
Nun joke for you.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
N-A-A-N or N-U-N?
N-U-N.
Fuck
Okay.
lah, I'm gonna go to hell anyway.
Non jokes. Okay, here we go.
All right. Here we go. What is the difference between a nun in prayer and a nun in the shower?
Not in prayer.
Anything, guys? I mean, shit. Let your magician run wild. We're on our way to hell.
I mean, nuns. I don't want to think anything wild about them. Nuns gone wild. I mean, that one, volume 6, you could find it online.
Yes, sir. Triple XL version, bro.
Fuck, bro. Okay, bro. What is the difference between
Yeah,
nun
okay.
in prayer and nun in shower?
Okay. Well, one has got hope in her soul, and the other one's got soap in her hole.
Oh man.
Wow, Lande, this is Jeevan's true form finally.
There we go.
Right, man. Of course.
So, after this, if you see another episode, then, we're pretty safe. If not, then,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I love the support from you guys. Wavy Grayvy is nothing without you. But fuck you, Jeevan. I still love the
Definitely.
joke.
No worries, man. Worst come to worst, I'll just flee to Malaysia and just call me an international line, bro.
I could go to China as well, you know.
Well, you
Oh,
go there,
yeah,
people
definitely.
fucking kill you, bro. They're really tracking your phone, bro.
Dude, what are you talking about? I will blend right in, man. Come on. I'm Chinese, remember?
You Wiz Khalifa, black and yellow.
Okay, that was a good one. I'll give that
Okay,
to you.
lah, bro. Thanks so
All
much.
right, man. No worries.
And yeah, it's been a good 3 minutes with Jeevan.
Definitely
More
good to be
than
back,
3
bro.
minutes. And yeah, I'll see you again, bro. Take care.
Right,
Definitely.
adios.
See you, man.
Bye-bye.
See you, man.
Fuck, man, Jeevan's never been this dark before. Not
Yeah.
only literally dark, but fucking funny as If people gonna take a joke, we'll see how it goes. I'm bringing Future Radio, Martyrs of War. Check these guys out. Peace.
Come from your masters of war. You that build the big guns, you that build the death flames, you that build all the bombs, you that hide behind walls, you that hide behind desks. I just want you to know I can see through your masks. You that never done nothing but build to destroy. Yeah, you play with my world like it's your little toy. You put a gun in my hand, and then you hide from my eyes. When you turn to run further as the fast bullets fly, you fasten on the triggers for the others to fire. And you turn back and watch as the death count gets higher. Then you hide in your mansions while the young people's blood flows out of their bodies and is buried in the mud. From the worst fear that can never be heard, fear to bring children into the world, for threatening my baby, unborn and unnamed. You ain't worth the blood that runs in your veins. Let me ask you one question. Here's your money that goes. Will it buy you forgiveness? Do you think that it could? And I think you will find when your death takes its toll. Well, the money you made will never buy back your soul. And I hope that you die, and your death will come soon. And I'll follow your casket in the pale afternoon. Yeah, I'll watch while you're lowered down to your deathbed. And I'll stand on your grave to make sure that you're dead.
Future Radio, go check these guys out. They are constantly keeping up with the times, pumping out new content. These guys deserve that follow, and they're just fucking good artists. And my man over here, 65 years old, mountain, recording the sound of the waves, sound waves and shit. And
being
a mentor.
Yeah.
It's your end goal. If you could, just given the trials and tribulations you've been through as a solo artist up till now, if there's any advice you could give upcoming solo artists or bands, just from your experience, what would it be?
This advice will not just go to just solo artists, it will even go to bands as well. And I would say that if you have an idea, right, how wild it may be, or how crazy it is, just go for it. Don't kind of like compromise on the idea that you have. I mean, yes, there will be times when people will dismiss your ideas. People will say, ideas are not good enough. People will say all kinds of shit, but fuck that and just keep going, because you never know. You might just come up with something unique. You might just come up with something cool that will be etched in history or something. You never know.
That is true. Fair enough. So, I guess there are many ways up to the top of the mountain. If one way doesn't work, there's always another way. But the main, I guess the thing is, you got to keep going. Don't let these these little speed bumps
Yeah.
hold you back.
Oh, definitely. Because no matter what, there are going to always be speed bumps. There are always going to be, people who are not going to like what you do, which is fine. That's the thing. A lot of artists, like they especially when they're in the early days, they always want approval from everyone.
That fair enough. I understand that.
The thing is, it's impossible to get approval from everyone. What you want actually is like support from a select group of people who understand what you're doing, as opposed to every single person. Because that's the thing. That's the reason why there are so many different flavors of ice cream.
Yeah, you can't please everyone.
Exactly, you can't.
Yeah.
And that's another piece of advice that I would give these artists as well.
I like that one. You can't please everybody.
You can't, So at the end of the day, you got to do what's right for your soul, what's right for the art that you're doing.
And also those that support you.
Exactly.
I mean, they support you all the way, and I think you should be the best person as an artist or whatever trade you do, because these people support you. You should give them the best you can give, I guess.
Exactly.
All right, fair enough. So, mentorship 101 over there. He has got this going good already. All right, and we were talking about being a solo artist.
Yeah.
Just in a nutshell, in a quick one, a day in the life of a recording session.
Right.
Like, how does that go for you?
It kind of varies. See, so but what I would say, like a typical thing I like to do these days. Okay, so. My recording setup isn't the most elaborate in the world. Honestly, all I have is my laptop, my MIDI controller, of course, audio interface, and guitars and stuff like that. So what normally happens is I like to use a lot of stuff from Splice. Have you heard of Splice before?
Well, what is that?
Okay, so Splice is this website, okay, that you go to. It's also an app. So what it is a kind of a center where you can download like samples of stuff, okay? And what people tend to do is that they download these samples and use them for inspiration. So let's say they're stuck on an idea, they want a certain kind of drums, for example. So they can go to Splice and download like a particular drum sample. Then they can either use it as it is, because all of this is royalty free. They can either use it as it is, or they can kind of cut it up, do whatever it is and make something new with it.
All right, okay.
So
Splice.
Yeah. So what I tend to do is I will just randomly search for stuff, and then if I find something that connects to me, I grab it, I put it into my workstation, and if it sounds good already as it is, I'll leave it. So for example, like how I made the song "You," which is a song on the album Freedom. I found this drum loop that I like very much, so I took that, I put that in, and immediately the drums just gave me this kind of a feeling, and then I turned on the MIDI controller, and straight away I started playing the chords in the song, and the song came together real quickly, like.
Right, it was one of right time, right place kind of thing.
Yeah, so there are moments like that when I record, where the song just kind of writes itself, but there are also times when I like to kind of like manipulate things. So for instance, there's another song on the album called Superficial Jane's Trombone Sis.
Wow, I love the title. Alright, so tell me about that song.
Superficial Jane's Trombone Sis is actually based on this condition called superficial vein thrombosis. Yeah. I'm not exactly sure what that entails. I know it's to do something to do with the leg injury or something of that sort, but how that song came about was I found a drum sample. It's like a breakbeat sample. So what I did was I took this, I thought I want to be creative with this because I don't really want to use the sample wholesale. I took that and I divided it into 16 pieces. So I imagine the loop, okay? So I cut it up into like 16 pieces. And what I did was I opened up Google, and Google has this thing called a random number generator.
Hey, RNG, I play World of Warcraft, I know well. Fucking Warlocks, RNG. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
So random number generator, right? So they give you like a kind of values. So I put in like from 1 to 16, and I kept hitting the random. So let's say if 5 came out. So I'll take that 5th portion and I'll put it as the first part.
Okay.
And then I just kept tapping and see what numbers come out. So in the end, this loop becomes fucking crazy sounding. And sometimes, depending on, how it goes, sometimes the loop may not sound very good. So you got to kind of switch things here and there. But ultimately, it's a very random sounding kind of loop.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, so I like to do stuff like that as well.
Okay. You know what? What's the title of the song?
Superficial Jane's Trombone Sis.
Superficial Jane's Trombone Sis. Check it out. Peace. Superficial Jane's Thrombosis. Fucking love the Superficial Jane's Thrombosis. There's a nice ring to it.
Okay.
It's track number 2 on the album, Freedom. Because, of the question marks. And, everything's in the description below, the Spotify link. YouTube channel as well, right?
Yes, I do, yes.
Yeah, there we go. It's all over there. So it's just a clickety-clack away. And, we're almost done over here with Aaron, but,
Yes.
At the end of the day, years down the road, when people talk about this Vaporwave artist who has toured Australia and Japan by the name of Don Aaron,
Yeah.
what do you want them to be talking about?
Well, I mean, for one thing, if there's one thing I like to have happen, in the future is if when people go to Google and type in Vaporwave Singapore and my name comes out in the first few results.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
It'll be nice. All right. Like I get you there. I mean, but hard work and effort, and I believe you are putting in the time. You're putting in the road work. And yeah, dude, excuse me, but you're already making waves in the scene. See what I did there?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, yeah, I something to look at. I'll Google Vaporwave Singapore. Don Aaron comes up, the first one. I like that. You are very into your craft. I like that. And you're one of you have the very old school mentality. Like what we said earlier on. You don't give up. You go. You don't let all these fucking speed bumps stop you. And
Exactly.
it makes for a good story as well. All right. I mean, I like that. And we talked so much about your musical career. We talked about racism and shit in Singapore, your views about it. But, for all people out there having relationship problems.
Oh, well.
If you're having girl problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got any relationship advice for the people out there?
Okay. I think, I got 2 pieces.
Shit, let's do this.
Okay. So the first one I would say, right, is, okay, now, lots of times you would find that, and this actually goes for both sides, you know. So your partner maybe comes home from work or something, and then maybe he or she complains, my boss is giving me a hard time and blah blah blah, and you know, they go on a tangent and start to complain. Lots of times what we tend to do is offer solutions straight away.
Fair enough. Logical thinking would be, you give me this problem, I give you a solution. Okay.
You see, the thing is, sometimes, right, we don't want to hear solutions, we just want to be heard.
Nice. Okay.
You know, because they basically, you know, sometimes we just want to vent, we want to let off steam.
You want to unload everything. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. And then suddenly, you know, the person say, actually, maybe you can go and do this, and then be like,
True also lah. Okay. Like, fuck you, I want to say what I want to say lah. Fuck, right? I should punch him in the face. I know.
you know, yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, so sometimes what a good thing to do is, you know, just you can ask, you know, like, babe, whatever, do you want me to offer a solution, or you want me to listen?
Communication, all right. Yeah, but I guess sometimes they just want to be heard.
Exactly.
Okay,
You know,
I like that.
Most of the time, you know. And the second piece of advice I would give, relationship advice, is to always ask what he or she wants.
Mm.
When we're talking about when the lights are off, lah.
I mean, you always have a song, what you want as well.
Yeah.
Is there any connection there?
No.
All right.
Yeah,
But, you know,
but
when the lights are off, ask them, okay, yes.
it's really important because, as you know, as the saying goes, sometimes when it comes, this is for both men and women as well. Different keys open different locks. You see, not everyone enjoys the same thing.
Different strokes for different folks.
There we go. Different strokes for different folks, man.
All right,
Sly and the family stone.
All right. Ask them what they want. Yes. I think it's a very simple thing that most people tend to overlook.
Yeah, exactly. Because you could be the guy who's a master at a particular thing in bed, you see. But then sometimes the other person may not enjoy that so much.
As much as your previous escapades.
Yeah, exactly. So it's always important to, you know, communicate and find out what the person likes.
Feedback is good.
Absolutely.
How? Nice? Don't like? Really?
Rating.
Can you, once we're done, can you give me a 5-star rating, please? I mean, Grab does it. Imagine if I had ratings. I don't even want to go there.
Oh, boy.
Shit. I think my company closed down.
Yeah.
But, you know, before we end, I'm going to end off with a song from your album as well. It's entitled You, but it's U, 4 alphabet of the...
Yes.
Like, why is it like that?
Two reasons. First one is, okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so around last year, okay, I'm not going to mention the artists involved here, just to protect the people, okay?
Protect and serve.
Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. Last year, a friend of mine who's an artist, he put out this song, right, and it was called certain title, and it's a very generic title. It's a very, very generic title, okay? And the thing is, like, a few months down the road, a kind of an artist that's a lot bigger used the same title of the song, and that song just blew up.
But your friend came out with the title first.
Kinda.
Okay.
You see? But here's the thing. Okay, so here's the thing. If on Spotify or on any of the, you know, DSPs, if you're gonna be using a very generic title, expect thousands of other people to be using the same thing.
Yes, fair enough.
If you got a song like Better, for example, you know, there are gonna be thousands of other songs called Better.
That is true.
You know, but if you have a song that, because I mean, the song is for use, right? You. I could just call it YOUU, but there's a million songs called You.
That is true.
So if I was to kind of stylize the song in such a way that when you type out the for use, you just see my song.
I see where you're going with that.
Exactly.
A little bit exclusive over there.
So it's kind of taking advantage of the search engine in that sense.
Yes, so. Very, very smart man we have over here.
So that's the first reason. Second reason is because if you look at the lyrics, the small amount of lyrics in the song, there's only 2 lines in the whole song. The chorus is "It's all for you," and
dude, my man, shit, my dude. I see what you did there. Fuck, I didn't even realize. Shit, okay, fuck me down this shit.
Alright. You know what? I'm gonna join you on that.
Shit, fuck yes. All right, so it's been a fucking awesome ass session. We had every rage I seek before this. Wavy Grayvy, like I said, we took a 2 month plus break because life happens and we're all human beings. But trust that Wavy Grayvy will always be here as much as censorship allows. So we'll see what happens after this episode. But it's been a pleasure, my man, to have you, and I can't wait to see how far you go as an artist, and I know you go very far as a human being because you're fucking top man.
Thank you.
And it's like I said, it's been a pleasure to have you, and all the best with your future endeavors, my man.
Thanks for having me.
All right, this is Daryl Edmund Oathbreaker Cole with Wavy Grayvy on the main show, and my man Don Aaron.
Yeah, check.
Keep it cool, keep it calm, keep it all Wavy Grayvy.
All right.
Peace.
You can have it all. You can have it all, baby. You can have it all. You can have it all, baby. You can have it all. You can have it all, baby. You can have it all. You can have it all, baby. You can have it all. You can have it all, baby. You can have it all. You can have it all, baby. You can have it all. You can have it all, baby. You can have it all. You can have it all, baby. You can have it all. You can have it all, baby. You can have it all. You can have it all, baby. You can have it all. You can have it all, baby. You can have it all.
Just when you thought we were done, we were back. We are back, motherfuckers, with an important note and message from the man over here.
Okay, so guys, you can find me on Instagram, don.a.a.ron. Okay, you can find me on Twitter at Don Aaron as well. Okay, and yes, check out my music and check out Freedom on Spotify and Apple Music and Bandcamp as well.
And for all you lazy motherfuckers, it is in the description below. But if you made it to this point and the code word would be funky fresh, message me. You get 2 Wavy Grayvy masks for free. I mean, my man's going to get a mask as well. And if you guys check out the Instagram account, you would know how the masks look like. So if I get funky fresh from you motherfuckers, I know you watched all the way to the end and I love you. So one more time, keep it calm, keep it cool, keep it Wavy Grayvy, keep it funky fresh, 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 fresh.